Afternoon, everyone. I hope you've had a good time in the intervening breaks since our last Thursday stream almost a month ago. I'm so excited. I have not played Elden Ring in a very long time. I did Shadow of the Erdtree when it released. That was, I think it was 2024, right? I don't remember. It would make sense for it to be 2024. Anyway, I played through Shadow of the Erdtree, and I never beat the last boss. Spoilers, I think it's fine to say that it's Prime Consort Radon. I never managed to beat him, so I'm happy to take another crack at it, to say the least. This is the beginning of the next binge series, so I'll be playing Elden Ring every Thursday, ideally, until I beat the game. And when I say beat, I mean get as much done as I want to get done. We're not doing like 100% completionist anal retentive level, but we are going to do as much as we can. Also, the audio, I've done some finagling. The microphone that I'm using now is significantly lower quality than the previous one. We did some testing on the stream on Monday, the Portal 2 stream. Hopefully the audio is good. I'm looking at the levels and I just get anxious because it's very high. Also, the game audio might be a little quiet in contrast to my voice, which I think is ideal in the end, but just keep me posted. So, I made a character because I got so excited when I decided I was going to play Dark Souls 3. I made a character already. I don't like all the things. Looking at the character, or you can just boot up. Looking at her, I think the blush is a little much, so when we get to Rhea Lucaria, I might change that, or if there's a way to do that. Otherwise, there's this website, it's like Elden Ring Sliders, something.com, where this person has done a bunch of characters from various games in Fromsoftware sliders, and this is supposed to be Ciri from The Witcher. But again, the blush is a little much. We can shove the camera forward a little bit, try to get good lighting as we do so. I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's just, yeah. But, I mean, with this outfit, holy cow, a cape does wonders for how much aura you have as a person. Assuming you can wear it properly. Like, most capes these days look really, really tacky, because the people who actually unironically wear capes look really, really tacky. Anyway, so I did the Confessor starting class, because I wanted to do a Faith build. My first build was Int. I don't think I've ever done a dedicated Faith build. I haven't decided if I want to do Faith Strength or Faith Dex. I don't think I can, because everything in their dog has high holy resistance at the end of the game. And so I don't want to just rely on Faith. But we're gonna see. Because the Confessor starts with equal Dex and Strength, and low Intelligence, low Arcane. I'm like, obviously, if I want to do Dragon Sorcery, I'll have to increase the Arcane, but I think it's a good starting point. So, I always get anxious fighting this first guy. It's entirely possible I'm going to choke and lose, and that's fine. That's how it happens. I am very rusty on Elden Ring specifically. I also was really bad at Elden Ring Night Ring, which made me really self-conscious about my skill at playing Elden Ring in general. I could beat these guys in Night Ring pretty easily, but I was kind of hoping that I'd have some kind of damaging spell. Oh. Yeah, without a flask, I'm a little bit in trouble. Okay, there you go. Cool. Yeah. I can beat the werewolf in Bloodborne, and I can beat the Asylum Demon in Dark Souls, but I can't do that one for whatever reason. Also, my controller has been a little slow. One of the adapters in the back of my computer got bent a little bit in moving. And so I might have to plug in my controller directly. We'll see. I may curse my controller out at least once to cover my ego if it reacts slowly, because it was reacting slowly when I was playing Pokemon Puzzle League earlier. I'd say I played half the games that I play with a controller, but I haven't played any controller games consistently since I set up my PC. Anyway.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
I don't think I'm gonna waste my time going through the tutorial. I've done that more than enough, and I don't really want to today. Just not feeling it. You get a gesture if you do it, but I also haven't decided if I'm going to be doing. I haven't currently have online set turned on, so you can see people's comments and whatnot, people's messages. Currently, I have it turned on. I don't know if I'm going to keep it on. I don't remember what my keepsake was. I think it might have been Stone Sword Key. I don't want to try to get in there yet, though. I haven't done a casting build in a long time. In base Dark Souls, spells don't take mana, they just have a number of casts, and so it's easier, I think, to do a sorcery or faith build. Oh, this game's so pretty. And the music here is so good. Gotta get used to not mantling over everything. I don't know. Maybe I'll go try once against the Sentinel. Dragon Sentinel.
Oh, yeah. Come to the lab. Of course you have. Unfortunate, without Guy, you are
Everyone knows Varia's dialogue. Sorry.
Are you familiar? You may also that. It
I'm not. Not listening to this prick.
Great. To castle, the home. It's time to castle. If you.
Maiden, this says you are. Whenever I get bored, because I've tried occasionally to do runs of the Seamless Co-op mod with my friends. Whenever I get bored, I just run through here and kill these birds to get more wings, more feathers and feet. Because I almost always have a bow that I'm using. So it just feels so nostalgic to be back here. Because you can kill like 3 or 4 groups of 2 birds. They usually drop at least 1 flight pinion each. Anyway, we'll try the Dragon Sentinel once. Take off our pants. Get a slightly faster roll. Ow. Yeah, I mean, the damage just isn't there. That's fine. I was sitting there thinking, how do I double hand again? How do I two hand? And I'm not going to read all the tutorials. Sorry. I said one try. We're going to keep it to one try. But it won't be long before we come back and fight him. Probably end the stream taking him out, I hope. If we get far enough, if we fight enough things. This playthrough, I've done all the achievements. Except for all of the endings.
You're a tarnished. I can see it, and I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
You look more like Santa Claus to me. We'll need the cookbooks, and we'll want to buy a torch. And the cracked pots. And the crafting kit. And probably a telescope as well.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. You know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all. Goodbye.
Okay. So, first things first, we go through these guards over. End their whole career as over. Guy in the bushes. While we're here, we might as well get the side of Grace in here. I like helping other people whenever I need extra runes or a rune arc. I'm a big fan of being summoned and putting people through dungeons, and so I might do that occasionally. We'll see. Again, we'll see if I stay online. New pants, but those are probably heavier than what I was wearing. Okay, Melina usually talks to you if you sit at either that Grace or the Grace on the other side. We're gonna go to this one because it's easier. Oh, and it's so nice to be able to run without running out of stamina. Dubs the game tonight for the dramatic effect. My tongue hurts for some reason.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
I love her boots.
I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erdtree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
You got it.
Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment. Share them with me.
Yeah. Okay. I always keep the horse at the top, row of fruit to feed the horse at the bottom, and then I don't remember if it's left or right, but one of them always has whatever spirit ash I prefer, and one of them always has whatever my volatile flask is. My mixed personal flask. Don't think I have the stats to use that. Yeah. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There are a bunch of dogs somewhere around here. Yes, yes. They're so generous letting me sneak up in this game. Dark Souls 3, you can, it's just a lot more stressful. Losing frames, not stream frames, but losing my game frames. Not at stable 60. That might just because of the rain. I don't think my my computer has ever run Elden Ring fully at 60 frames. That's one of the reasons I preferred to play it on the PlayStation, but I don't currently have a capture card, and I bought the DLC on PC, so there's no way I'm gonna pay another $30 for the DLC. Rip. Thanks, dude. Shield can't help you much. It's not between you and your enemy. Nice. I remember a great deal about this game, but I definitely don't remember where each item is. I used to have a very good knowledge of that, but I certainly have lapsed a lot of that knowledge since it's been a while since I've played, and I've played other Dark Souls games in between. Alright, let's have at it. Sure. Worked so well for you last time, guy. Ooh. Thanks for the great shield, nerd. Surcoat. Not bad. That's the flail. I don't... Let's see. I've never really cared to go get the massive early level boost by killing the dragon. Yeah. I don't plan to. Just because I don't know. I feel bad for the dragon more than I want to kill it. More than I want bonus levels. I love the little bell tinkle. Okay, we could go try to fight the Knight's Cavalry. I don't think it's going to go well. But take a point in vigor. Also, I don't plan to use the shield, so I'm just going to unequip it. Yeah, I hear you, Bach.
Stop pretending you can't see me. Why won't anyone? I'm not that ugly, am I?
I'm definitely gonna have enough dexterity to use a bow, because fighting any ranged or any flying enemy
Could you help us out?
without sufficient range. I mean, if I have enough magic for spells, then it should be fine. But having something, if I don't, anyway, words are hard.
Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, when they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me. Or, well, if I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value, then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, I'm frightened of them. So I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking. Just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore.
Yeah, we'll be going there later, because that fight's a pain. The double demi-human chieftain. A bit of annoying. It's been annoying. Ah, nice. Ow. Kinda killing these guys to get them out of the way, but also kind of want the extra Crimson Tears flask. Lord Sworn's Straight Sword might be what I have. I can never decide if it's easier to fight this guy and all horse people on a horse or not. Because, like, it's easier to dodge the big sweeps not on a horse. Am I past? Interesting. Okay, cool. Not me accidentally dual-wielding nothing, two-handing nothing. Cool. So it goes. We get those runes back. Just ignore the Caden Cell Sword, because he's kind of a pain. Wow. Wow. Lucky me, I guess. Soldiers, huh? All the bits of armor. Yeah. The best fashion souls stuff in this game only shows up, like, halfway through Lanedale. So I don't know what I'm going to be wearing up to that point. Usually I play as a wretch, and so I'm just stark nude when I'm playing, but I don't know. I really like the way what you call it? It's not quite a cuirass or anything. Breastplate. Hey, bud. Can you leave me alone for a sec? Guess not. Oh, boy. Okay. Pick up those runes, and then we'll probably go back to Calais, buy a couple of things, and then start going into some caves. The little white burst means that they dropped an item, but those guys usually don't drop anything worth actually picking up. Okay. Caravan here. There's a guy with a scroll, or they're guarding a scroll up there. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we've got this cave. There's a cave here. There's the mine here. There's like 3 caves up this river. I think there's at least one up here. We can raid this at least. These guys each drop a cool, like, 1,000 souls. Yeah. Which early on is quite a bit. Hey buddy, no one asked your opinion here. No one wanted you to show up. You get a little bit of vulnerability when you get on and off torrent. I should really prioritize using my urgent heal rather than my flasks whenever I take a hit. Man, I'm so bad at this game. Oh. It's okay, we're rusty. And we didn't even get the item in the trunk, because Caden sellswords, they're a pain. Okay. Final offer. Zoom by, pick up our souls. Well, there's at least one site of grace. There's the Agheel Lake South site of grace that we can go stop by. Just so it's not a complete waste of our time going back and forth through here. Ow. There's the one smithing stone that we picked up. I'm not committed to using this short sword. So I don't want to use... Okay, well, there's a second one. Cool. Squeaky wheels, as they say. Let's run down. If nothing else, Sorceress Selin is around here. We could quickly go. Say hi. I hate torch people in this game.
This way, tarnished. May I have a word?
Our Lady
pleasure
Queen
to
of
meet thee,
Moons.
tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master.
Honestly, in my humble opinion, Lone Wolf Ashes are peak.
Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly. As they recall battles past, now it is thine. To do with as thou wishest. Forgive my... I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
How long indeed? The two endings I haven't gotten are Ronnie's ending and the base ending, as I did
Wait,
Lord of Madness.
weren't you? Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Okay. Crafting kit. Those three. Book. Cookbook. Yeah, the holy water pots are very helpful for the skeleton. The skeleton catacombs.
You've made an excellent choice.
We'll put them on the left. Okay. Well, we didn't buy a torch. We don't have the money to buy a torch. Let's go kill some soldiers. Too early. Birdleaf flowers are used to make the holy pot, so it's good to detour a little bit for them whenever you can.
What is it? Goodbye.
Just shy, you say. Just shy. Dwarf. Oh, God. I feel like I have so much stamina right now. Silver fireflies are good. I think they're the ones that are used to make the silver pickled fowlfoot that increases rune acquisition. If you have a ton of extra bird feet and whatever, you can pop one whenever you kill a boss and then get a significantly increased number of runes. It's not very urgent if you ask me. I don't remember what the boss here is. Ah. I don't really have bombs with summoning spirits for bosses. I think I generally prefer not to, just because I like the challenge more. But I use the wolves very, very frequently. Thanks. Sure. They deal so much posture damage. Like, huge fan. I think we're gonna just focus on vigor until we get to 20. Because you just got to be able to take more hits. Okay. Oh, that was a bird. I mean, this is where it's nice to have the club as the wretch, because the imp statues are weak to blunt rather than slash or whatever it is. A proper death means returning to the Erdtree. Have patience until the time comes and the roots call to you. Yeah. I thought they were on the ceiling. Break. Come on. You're just so fast. Nice. Clean. This is also where it's nice to have a bow, because you can shoot them to shut them off from a distance. I don't think there's anything up on these ones. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And there's one behind the pillar there too. Yeah, jeez. Shoot. Whew. Stressful. Come on, fam. No, come on. Be cool, man. Be cool. Okay. Ow. Whew. Just paranoid. My memory of the specific groups of enemies. Not the strongest. So not sure whether there were more of the pricks up at the ceiling. Cool, cool. Definitely gonna go rest before we go fight. I think this one's the Erdtree Burial Watchdog. I don't think we get the shadow insect head thing until later. Pretty confident in my ability to fight these guys. Yeah. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. So we could go down to the shore. But again, that's a little rich for my blood right now. The best reason to go up here is to go meet a lady whose name I've forgotten, the spirit tuner. Not that we can do anything until we actually go through Stormvale. Kind of just want to level up a bit, because I don't think I'm ready for I could probably beat Black Dragon Egg Heal, or Great Dragon Egg Heal, because I'm very comfortable with the fight at the very least. Good old Shaggy Dog has ended me more times than I care to admit. don't know if I care about hunting down the rat and that one last guy. Ooh, is this the chest? Is this the trap chest? It might be. I think this is the trap chest. There are a lot of messages, so... My gut is saying I don't want to go do that right now. I'd rather just duke it out with the dragon. You know, most dogs in Souls games look awful, but these ones are the most friendly looking, and that makes it the worst that they're so life-threatening and must be put down. Getting the mosquito heads is one of the worst resource grinds, because they're used to make the anti-poison boluses. You, Trina's lilies, yes. Alrighty. Come on, Mr. Reagan. We really don't have much damage. Hopefully it's enough. I once had a guild die to fall damage, which was very interesting. Oh, that was one shot. Okay. Cool. Excuse me. Okay, they're just duking out with demi-humans. I think ruin fragments are basically just used to make the prism stone variants for this game. They're not really that necessary. Tail swipe's always a pain. whenever you can, and you're fighting a dragon, you always want to try to hit the head. That's always going to be the weakest spot. Tail's usually also fairly weak. The feet are generally the most armored. Feet and the main body. But if you attack the feet enough, that's the best way to get a stagger. Yeah, it's bad. Always run to the left when Agkill jumps up like that. We're gonna pour one out torrent, since I don't have any crafted row of berries. Ow. Glad I didn't get double hit by that, because that does happen. As you can see, I've already used all my flasks, so I'm not going to be able to resummon Torrent if he goes all the way down. So we're trying to avoid that, if possible. Well. Not ideal to be trying to fight a dragon not on a horse, but it's just the last few hits, right? We should be fine. Oh no. Oh, that's embarrassing. Get our $2 grand back. Rip. Rip. Considering changing the title of the stream to continuing to bite off more than we can chew. I should have just committed to the foot. I'm super excited for whatever game Fromsoftware comes out with next. Obviously Dustbloods is next, but like they've got to be working on something. They've said prior to Elden Ring Night Rain being announced, they said that they had multiple games being developed in studio. And so presumably there is some important game being made. I'd be down for Dark Souls 4. I'd be down for Elden Ring 2. I feel like they've tapped the Elden Ring well a few too many times already recently. And so I think it'd be good to look at other things, but I'm not in charge of making decisions. But I'm really curious. I am a huge fan of Sekiro. I would love Sekiro too if that would ever happen, but with Activision being under Microsoft's purview, I have a hard time imagining that Fromsoftware or Katakawa are going to want to work with them as readily as they might have in the past. But again, not someone actually technically involved with anything of the sort. Ow, no. Okay, good. Same story, just one more hit. Cool beans. Cool beans. There's the mine over there. I'd rather go get a stick before I go in there. So let's go visit our good buddy Patches. I don't think Bloodborne is a bad game, but I'm nowhere near as excited at the prospect of Bloodborne 2 as I am at the prospect of basically any other project that Fromsoftware might be working on. Bloodborne is the Fromsoftware game I have replayed the least. Beyond Central Yarnum, there isn't a single part of the game I really like. It's all just slog. Canehurst Castle is okay. But yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of Bloodborne. I also lose this fight a lot. I lose a lot of fights in this game. His blood bolts deal a lot of damage when they hit you, and then he bleeds so fast where he causes bleed so fast.
If it isn't Nereus, the bloody finger, the end is nigh. You and your cessblood.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, generally speaking, Limgrave is my favorite part of this game. And I wonder whether the fact that I lose to these early fights a lot is part of why I like this part of the game so much. Because it's not like I'm perfect at later game fights, but after you get, 60 vigor and 60 endurance and all the other caps, hard caps, it does get a lot easier to play the game. And also once you have a wider range of weapons and you're able to match your weapons to the fight that you're doing more readily, that also makes it easier. So I just wonder... what's it called? Liurnia is okay. I don't like Caelid. I like some of the underground areas. I like the second underground area with the ants more than I like the first underground area with the horned worshipper people. Bugger. Thanks for showing up late. Getting absolutely wrecked, nonetheless. Thrusting with a katana. I mean... yeah. Whatever floats your boat. Trying to clear out these guys so that Yura, when he shows up, doesn't get distracted. And, 300 souls is 300 souls. Runes, whatever.
The end is nigh. For you. And your cessblood.
I mean, did you consider perhaps that using a weapon that does bleed against someone who is blood-coated is not going to be as effective? It's fine. Cool. It worked. I've tried to use Reduvia many times, and it's never worked out as well as I'd like. I'm pretty sure this is Patch's Cave. So there are the chains with the bells in front of them. And as long as you don't disturb them, the enemies don't come running from down below. But if you do, then they all come at once. It's much harder to fight them. Very much looking forward to getting to Round Table Hold, where I can buy meaningful spells that will actually do me some good. Sure. Unison, in sync, strong attacks. Sure. Take some cloth trousers.
Yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh? You scheming little thief! The gods demand repentance! Cough up your coin! All of it!
Crap. It's a good thing he doesn't ask if I'm a cleric, because I couldn't answer that question honestly this game.
Wait, please! I surrender! White flag and all! Well, fine. finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a lady of reason, through and through. Ah, well, what do you know? You're tarnished, like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such. An innocent mistake, I assure you. Well, water under the bridge. Now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on? A true lady of reason. Just what I like about you. I'm Patches. Patches the untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say, only for now. Those retired soldiers turned bandits. They're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying. Frankly, I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop. So don't be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time. Don't forget to pop back for another visit, friend. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
We can at least put the cloth trousers on, because they're only 2 additional weight, and then we can have pants, which is nice. I should have spent my souls long before this point. Runes. Eventually we're going to want to level up mind as well, but I don't. Until I have spells, it's not going to be worth it, per se. There's another trap in that chest.
Well, nice of you to troll a bit ad hoc. And welcome to Patches, where you won't need a refund.
Okay. How do you get a club? But the gold pickled foul foot is definitely worth buying the recipe for. I would like to buy the stone sword key, but it's hardly the most necessary. I have 3 already.
Yeah, I had those bandits make a clean break. Now they're all suppliers. And good ones at that. I mean, they don't understand a word I'm saying, but it hardly matters. We have a natural connection. They're all foot soldiers. Survivors of a defeated army. Worked to the bone by their high and mighty lord. Only to be thrown out with the rubbish. It's the same old story everywhere I go. To hell with it all. Wondering what's inside the treasure chest. Well, it's nothing too special. Just something I'm saving as thanks for a very valuable customer. But then again, it would fetch some spectacular coin. And besides, this valuable customer could be a long time coming. Huh? Everything is give and take. Give and take.
We're not going to open the chest yet. I'm going to keep going up the river. This is the second cave or catacomb. It's a little farther.
Just joining the fray. Tarnished. Wow. You fought Nereus and survived. That alone deserves commendation. I'm Yura. Hunter of bloody fingers. Tarnished. Held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots. Who stalk their own. If you stay the path, you're certain to face more of them. Just remember, no kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it. Don't let your emotions stay your blade. Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet.
Yeah, catacombs here. And then there's at least one, but I think 2 more caves off the Spirit Spring. Yeah, I think there's one middling here, and then there's one up here. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. It's always nice if you can get them in front of the trap. Yep. Thought I'm coming. Just a skosh late. At the very least, we don't need to fight those other guys a second time, since we opened the door. Please let me get that. Okay. I was hoping it'd be their poker stick is pretty good early on. It deals a lot of bleed. Okay, this fight's a little more inconvenient, but it's still very doable. He staggers fairly easily. Yeah, that second one was greedy. That second one was very greedy. Yep, that's okay. Let's see if we can just run past these guys. Nice. cheeky backstab. I guess it's the concern that once that fog door disappears, they are going to come after me. I should have let my stamina regenerate a little bit. Banished Knight Engball is a pretty good Ash. I think we have just enough for a level at this point. Yeah. Bears. I hate it when items get stuck like this. So I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I can pick it up at all. Ow, jeez. Excuse me. Oh, now there's a guy on a horse there? Hey, you want to like graze him for me? Just a little. Take him out. Nice. This map is a curved greatsword. So if we want to do Dex, I think it's a curved greatsword. If we want to do Dex, it should be a good weapon. The cookbook might be the primary reason to be here, but I hoped to have something more. Okay. I don't think there's anything major up in there. If you didn't know, these little skeletons in the ground with glowy eyes will always drop a golden rune 1, which, you know, 200 runes is not that many, but it's not so few that I would turn my nose up at them when they're just free walking around. Okay. Still feeling Ixnay on the mines for now. Then we're gonna go try to get back at the sellsword who killed us so many times earlier. Try to loot that carriage again. Also go up and fight off these yokels. Yes. Whew. Aristocrat hat? Nice. Kind of clashes with the rest of the outfit, but I mean... Yeah, well... Nope. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Open the chest. Take a lap. A Noble's S stock as well, huh? You're just giving me all the drops. No! Okay, great axe. I should have just left well enough alone. It's fine. So here's the Miranda Blossom. Mostly, you just run past everything in here. I don't remember where the way down is offhand. You had to like jump down. Yeah. Pumpkinhead is not one of my strong fights. I mean, we can do this as long as you want, my guy. Just a bit late. Sounds about it. Hello, Selin.
Tarnished, are we? No wonder you should turn up here. I am Selin, a sorcerer, quite plainly. Why are you here? A yen for glintstone sorceries. I dare say your proclivities are far from ideal. Oh well, perhaps nurture will defy nature. With a bit of luck. But one must choose one's masters wisely. I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria as a reviled, apostate witch. Do you still wish to learn from me? Well, you are a piece of work. Very well. You are now my protege in glintstone sorcery. But I refuse to coddle. Or cast kind words. Never. Anticipate grievances, young apprentice.
You got it. Glintstone Arc is so good.
Young apprentice. First things first, you are a tadpole when it comes to magic. Infantile. Without the legs to walk. So, to become a sorcerer, first, you must face your ignorance. Now, shall we start learning?
So we will want to go get the map over here soon. I'm not really feeling fighting the Bloodhound Knight yet. We can go talk to the great Kenneth Height. Maybe we'll go to the mine. I don't know. Yeah, I might as well. Nice. The Rael Lucaria Knight armor would go fly with this hat. Because it's a little more foofy, a little more fancy. Would match the vibe better than this much more dour armor. Okay, there's an artist's shack up there. I said I was going to go to the mine, but now here I am getting distracted. And I forget what the trigger for getting invited to Roundtable Hold is. I think one of the Sites of Grace up there will do it. Bears we found earlier. Dog. There's Kenneth Height. Or Hate, I think is how he says his name. Go loot these.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the True Order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you?
Pop of a king.
Well, that's... No. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished.
Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool! And plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting? My fort. Oh, I see. Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval. Yes. Now, allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished hunts were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Radahn in that castle. Then he insulted Melania, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man. Has he no shame, the big girl's blouse? And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage, though you almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it. What are you waiting? My fort lies to the...
Okay. We can run and pick up the map, because it's going to feel worse navigating without it. There are rune bears lurking about, but you can just run past them. They don't aggro quickly enough to be that big of an issue. I think there's a tower nearby. Definitely want the golden sunflowers. They're useful for something, though I don't remember offhand quite what. Normally this would mean there's something hidden here. Or... Blythe is there. This is where we get the flasks, so I think we're gonna head up there next. While we're down here... Oh, shoot. Okay. Whew. While we're down here, we might as well get the grace for...
Welcome, valued customer. Please, I'm angry.
Hungry, carrying a bunch of meat. Anyway, we're gonna get the site of grace at the keep, and then head up. The biggest reason to go take or fall into the trap at Akio Lake, in my opinion, obviously it's the easiest way to get to Caelid for the sake of doing the dragon rune early. But it also gives access to the Scarab relic, whatever you want to call it, ring that increases rune acquisition. The demi-humans wax wroth. Now their mother's been taken. Where are you, Lord Kenneth? The night, bedeviled by blood. I mean, we could probably take it here. I don't want to. It's just long and inconvenient. And I mean, Kennethite gives us a friggin' golden seed, and that's a good motivation, but it's that same merchant. Gotta go around if we want to get up. These guys drop the eggs. I do not want to go to the Shifa River. Not yet. So excuse me as I blatantly ignore the elevator here. I don't think it will take 4 hours, but it could be. It'll probably be the name of a stream whenever I choose to go down there. Flask of Wondrous Physic, that's what it's called.
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
Okay. I think you can jump down from there to get to the mines. Nothing. Wow. No. thought there were smithing stones in these side paths. Pick a golden rune. Oh no! Whew. Well. At least the souls are easy to get. These guys ignore you unless you take the stones that they're mining. So if you want to take the stones, you might as well just get the backstab. The supervisors will attack you regardless. Excuse me. Yeah, the fire's kind of annoying. Oh, come on. Okay. Don't think I'll need the wolves for this fight. Again, my damage is going to be pretty low. But not as low as I was afraid of, that's for sure. Ow. Come on. Good deal. Okay, that was close. Closer than I wanted it to be, that's for sure. Whew. Okay. Go visit Kale again. By Kale, I mean the anvil next to Kale. We might as well upgrade this at least a little bit. While we're still going to be using it. Where to next, though? That's the question. I think there's a cave in the forest here. There is still this little camp that we can clear out. think we're gonna go this way. I have just started in 8A 912. This is brand new save. I have no Grand Prix runes. Currently just enjoying the vibes of Limgrave. Stockpiling my thin beast bones for when I get a bow. Now, if I remember right, there's a whole procedure for getting down here. Might just be falling down here. There's a site of grace right here, so it doesn't matter if those are runes, so might as well try it. I agree. I like very few late game areas in this game. I like the mountain is fun the first time, I think. And then I don't know. I like the subterranean shunning grounds. But beyond that, most of the rest of this game is fine. I don't hate it, I just don't love it. I hate Caelid, but that's just because Scarlet Rot's annoying and all of the enemies are annoying. I hate the giant animals in Caelid. They're probably my least favorite enemies. The weaker crab than I was expecting. We did just upgrade our weapon drastically. The Shadow of the Erdtree was mostly really cool. Like, all the areas at least look cool and have cool aesthetics. I didn't really like the like sleep area near where Trina is. But like, I don't know. Shadow of the Erdtree is mostly pretty good. Guess we could try to go down there. We could go, well, it's the Weeping Peninsula, that's what it's called. I feel like there's more for us to do out here first, though. It's been a good few years since I've played, and so my memory of where all the early dungeons are is a little frayed. We could go down to the shore. I could probably take the demi-human chieftains now, but I think so. If you wait for the summer sales, I don't think Shadow of the Erdtree's gone on sale yet. Whenever they release their next game is usually when the previous games go on sale, or start going on sale more drastically. Like Elden Ring itself had a good sale when Shadow of the Erdtree released, and so it might be a while before you can get it on sale. But I like. There were many parts of the DLC that really spoke to me as someone who has played a lot of these games. Like, there's one boss that is like a love letter to Quelaag, and it was very fun fighting them. Visually, it's so pleasant to look at, and there's a lot of cool outfits too. So I think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth buying again because I've played it on both PlayStation and PC. So I purchased the DLC on PC, and so that's why I'm playing here. But anyway, words are hard. I think it's worth buying once for sure. Yeah, it's a good DLC. It's expensive, but it's like it's far bigger than Dark Souls 3 DLCs and much bigger than Dark Souls 2. And I mean, if you looking at it critically, Dark Souls 1 DLC is very small too. It's got good content, but anyway, I think it's per value per dollar spent or whatever your local currency is. I definitely think it's worth it because there's so much to do. And the vibes, oh man, the vibes are impeccable. A large club, that would have been nice a little earlier. Okay. Can't make it all the way up there, that's fine. Yes. Full confession, I haven't actually beaten the final boss. It was a stressful time in my life. I think it was 2024. I was at the point of wanting to quit my job and therefore didn't want to keep playing a hard thing when I was already struggling at work. So I just gave up. I didn't care. Didn't care enough, at least. But that's, to be frank, it's an absurd fight. So I don't feel too bad for having walked away when I did. Obviously, I'm hoping to rectify that with this playthrough. I want to fight and beat the final boss. This just leads down to there. We don't really care about going back there yet. But I mean, there's one boss, there's a madness-coded boss who was one of the most satisfying and visually appealing bosses that I've ever fought. Mesmer was really cool once I figured him out. The first area boss, the Dancing Lion, I forget what its actual title is, it's got 4 names, or 4 words that make up its name. That fight was one of the most satisfying fights to learn that I have in recent memory. Big fan of that. We are not here to fight the Bloodhound Knight. I just wanted to see if there was a closer sight of Grace, but I think I have to fight him first to get that. Ooh, Starlight Shards. I'll take those. Yeah, there were some disappointing things, some inconvenient things, I don't know. But overall, I think it was definitely worth it. I don't know. They haven't announced whether the Tarnished Edition is going to be paid DLC or not. And so that, if it's paid, I'm certainly not going to buy it on PC. I may eventually buy Elden Ring on Switch 2 for the sake of having Elden Ring portable, but it's not a huge draw for me immediately. And no, I have not fought Margit yet. I've been, again, just running around. I have a kind of sequence that I enjoy following for the early areas. And so I've mostly been sticking to that. Yeah, there's the scroll. I don't think there's a chest here as well. Well, maybe there's one down here. Yeah. The great EP. Me after I pull an all-nighter working on homework. Okay. So we went down here. There's the Lakeside Cave. I know that there's at least one more cave around here. Maybe there is one up here. I'll go check it out. It is a French word, absolutely. I have no clue how to accurately pronounce French, and so I prefer simply to make fun of it. I think romance languages are cool except French, and I don't mean anything explicitly negative by that. I simply have such a hard time like reading and pronouncing French words that I have distaste for it compared to French or Spanish or Portuguese or Italian. French itself is not bad. I simply don't vibe with it. And again, just the joke of being very sleepy. Yeah, I don't see cave explicitly up here. I think we're gonna head up this way next. Because A, I want round table hold, and B, yeah. Listening to people speak French is very pleasant, but I like, yeah, not my. I think listening to anyone talk in most languages, I can't think of a single language offhand that sounds unpleasant to listen to. I really love listening to people go off in Spanish. And again, French lullabies especially are very, very sweet. I don't want to double hand my torch. Rip. Rip. Got his sword out now. But he should fall over soon, hopefully. How many times are you gonna stomp, bud? Having a little tantrum. Drink. I don't need the second one yet. Okay. Surely you're gone now. Whew. I'm glad that those guys don't inflict bleed, because that would be just unfair. Russian, I think, is also fun to listen to. But disclaimer, I grew up watching The Hunt for Red October and very much enjoying the sequences of, or the long sequence in Russian. There are wolves around here. I think he summons them. Or he just summons his allies. Yeah, dodge. I'd love more of your armor. They have the tree and beast surcoat. Because I thought wolves jumped down from above here. But maybe that's a different pathway. Hey, forgot about you. Come here, beautiful. Roderica, is that her name? Here are the Borks. I like dogs. I always feel bad. But I never feel so bad as to actually try to avoid them because they're still just deadly. Stone Sword Kia here, I think. Yeah. Hello, our sad queen.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. only to have their arms taken, their legs taken, even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know, if you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid? It's quite a lark when you think about it.
The sitting sideways gesture is great.
And heading to Stormvale Castle, enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose.
Yeah. She is quite sad.
Oh, you've come to be one with the spider? Well, that makes us two peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off, or legs, or your head. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven. Oh, I know. Can you take this little one along with you?
Thank you.
The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little one. It was a pleasure
Interesting.
to see you. Oh, can you pass on a message for me?
More than just like the pile of corpses, or
tell them I love them, and that despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know. It was a pleasure to. Oh, tell them I love. I'm finally getting.
That's all we need from her for now. Okay. Because I had assumed that the chrysalid, whatever item that you give to her, is just the pile of all of her friends. Or is found on the pile of all of her friends. Okay, so there's... Interesting. I don't think I'm going to make it to Stormvale Castle today, but if you happen to be free next Thursday same time, I might be there at that point, so feel free to point me in the right direction if you come back. Yes, I am familiar with that one, and there's the ruins and the mountain that you can send them off together. Also very tragic. You can find the two little tombstones. Obviously no pressure to subscribe, but if you do, I'll have you know that you're taking me off of the very satisfying 420 subscribers point. Unless you are already a subscriber, which would be excellent, no doubt. But I've been celebrating internally a little bit at having finally reached 420.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernal. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order?
Oh, thank you.
Honest to a fault, I see. Such thoughts won't behoove you as a Tarnished, but there's nothing wrong with that. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time. Now's the time to pass them on. To a...
Does it matter when I kill
There's a
him?
myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their
Because I thought
arms in
he
battle, lost and died. A fine tale.
was one of the
all
last
told of
targets
true chivalric
of
romance. That's
the
how I
Volcano
fell in love
Manor
with the sword. And the
people, and
arts
you
of
fought him in
combat. Grants meaning
Farm
even to
Azula.
falling in battle.
But that could be a different
To
person.
death itself.
Another potentially disappointing secret is that I never use Ashes of War.
There's
Not
no
really.
rush.
But my go-to playstyle in this game is just Big Bonk. So I don't think I'm gonna Okay. I don't think I'm gonna kill him. I don't like killing NPCs. But good to know, for sure. Oh no. Ow. Get off torrent real quick. Some of my own borks. Sneak the backstab in. Nice, another great shield. Not that I need it. I'd rather have your hat. We'll let the dogs take care of the last dog while we run around and grab stuff. Or this dog is not going to leave me alone. That's okay too. Okay, so there is a catacomb up here. That's not what I wanted. Here it is. Unthinkable. Our hallowed resting place is violated. To refuse the Erdtree's call to return, to live within death. Sickening. We've got a level worth of souls here. And we have our golden seed. I think I'm gonna do Faith Strength, because there are the two... Thank you. There are the two good Faith Strength weapons. There's the Erdtree Avatar Staff and the Erdtree Branch. Both don't take that long to get, and so I think I'm gonna start upgrading Strength for now, and probably alternate Strength and Endurance to 20. Because also being able to use a great sword would be nice. Maybe I'll get Strength to 16 first, and then Endurance. Because I haven't been running out of stamina that badly. It takes mushrooms, huh? Good to know. Since respecking in this game is significantly easier than it is in most other Souls-likes, or more specifically Dark Souls games, I might flop around a bit based on boss fights. I mean, do I need to worry that much? Anyway, I might change build depending on different fights and what's working for me, but I think I'm going to start Faith Strength. I'm not going to use any strength weapons unless they have faith scaling as well, because otherwise I'm just going to do what I always do and play with the friggin' greatsword, and that's fine, but we want to try novelty here. That's why we're playing the game again, is for novelty. My first playthrough was Intelligence, which was so much fun. They balanced a lot of things. They balanced a lot of things differently after a number of early patches. But friggin' Glintstone Wave is so good. It was very, very... It didn't trivialize the game, but it definitely made a lot of fights easier early on. I can go back and investigate. There's part of me that thinks that I think I've been wrong about this before. I originally thought that there were no invisible walls before Landell, but I think I'm wrong about that. So I'll go back and check after I get these guys off my butt. Because you might, because I think that's how you get up those skeletons. I don't see a plethora of messages. Try introspection. Yeah. Is it just these two? I think it's just these two. I like the mechanic of enemies that you need to hit their corpse while they're down to kill, but it's also irritating. There's the Uchigatana. I'm pretty low on health. Let's fix that. I've done a partial Faith build before, but it was primarily Dex. But I've never, like, prioritized Faith and spellcasting. And I don't think I'm going to do that explicitly here, but I am gonna... I'm gonna buy as many Faith miracles as I can, incantations, whatever. And I want to have a variety that I use regularly. Okay, so where did you say the invisible wall was? Just around here? Thought usually the floor was the indicator for an invisible wall. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a handicap to do the spellcasting build, because spells are very slow. But that is also part of what makes it fun, too. So I don't see any differences. That's okay. It's worth checking in the end, because again, I thought there's one at least early on, and then they show up much more frequently after after Landell. But yeah, always worth checking, IMO. And that candle always looks like an item to me. The catacombs do all kind of look the same, so no shade. Oh, okay. Black Knife Tisha is one of my favorite summons. She's the one who helps me beat Millennia the most often. Rip. Yeah, Mimic Tier is also a good go-to, but unfortunately, my build wasn't great, and both of us being slow, heavy attackers didn't cut it for me. I think they patched her weakness to bleed, but one time my friend and I both used the Swarm of Bloodflies incantation, which staggers her slightly, but then just bleeds a lot. We just spammed that and got her, which was also fun in its own way. Okay. So the Colosseum's up there. I don't want to deal with that invasion yet. I know there's a Site of Grace down the road here. There's also a Pumpkinhead, but I think we can deal with him. And there's our boy. Our big, marvelous boy. Yes, Garunk.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Definitely not Sigurd of Katarina.
Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big, and I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. No, there's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
I don't think I have enough strength to wield the Great Club that I've found. But maybe... There we go.
Well played, good lady. Well played.
Where does the mouth... Where is the speaking from?
Yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now.
Is it the goo inside
Aye.
that potentially still has a mouth?
And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this. Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter? I'm heading to Redmane, I've heard.
Cool, Alexander. Cool story, bro. Look forward to seeing you there. Please don't kill me. Okay. Rest here real quick. Yeah, we'll get our strength to 16 because then we can use the Lordsworn broadsword or great sword or whatever it's called. Bonk. Yes, as will most people who join the fight. But kudos to him for at least giving it a shot, you know? And besides, he comes back, right? He's summoned into our world to fight Radon, so, you know, he gets as many chances as he'd like.
Oh, dear. Am I terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
I don't need to know about Flame Chariots, already got that down. Yes, we won't poison arrows. And we'll buy an extra pot.
I'm afraid of that.
It's okay, Mr. Merchant. You are good and valuable, regardless of what you have to offer for sale. Yeah, unlike patches. we love Patches, but boy, is he not reliable in a fight. Our boy D.
There's no mistake, is there? Death has left its mark once again.
Boy, yeah.
Ah,
I have like 17 smithing stones for now. I don't think I need more at the moment.
And weed their death root. Heed my warning.
At least until I can get to friggin'
has been touched by death, and worse yet,
round table hole.
It is home to a mariner. If you value your life, then go no further.
I love his sword. Well, I mean, his whole shtick is nice to have the blended silver and gold, but
the village here has been turned back.
Well, you say turn back, but all I hear is that there is a turtle charm that I can use to increase my stamina regen, and that's a little more valuable than your warnings, my friend. I don't think I need to rest. I only took a little bit of damage. And this fight's not too hard. It's just the freaking head sticking out is so weird. Like, why would you design armor that has a giant protrusion that is going to get in the way of walking and is easy to grab hold of? And, like, it's amazing. It's beautifully incredible, but it is so impractical. I don't usually worry too much about killing the ads in this fight. It's just whether they are immediately right next to him. It's not weird that you think it's cute. I just, as long as you thinking it cute doesn't mean you think it's practical armor. It's, given that it's like the armor that was made for him and his brother, it is wholesome for sure. The ones that don't have red eyes are just the spawns in this area generally. And so it's worth killing them just because that way they don't bother you later on. Oh no. Cool. Made it out. Bye, Felicia. My brother is a huge fan of the skeletal militiaman ashes because they keep coming back up as long as they don't get killed. I think that's valid. I'm a huge fan of the wolves. Thank you. The green turtle talisman is much better than what else I have. The red assassin talisman is okay, as I recall. Yeah, it's fine. But it's not. If I only have one slot, it's definitely not the one that's going in.
Another fool who won't listen to reason.
Guilty.
Eh? But with a prowess for weeding deathroot. How would you like to earn the strength of beasts? If you're inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their deathroot, then I'll introduce you to Garank.
I would love to be introduced to someone who can teach me incantations.
To attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you? Very well. Show me your map. I've marked the location for you of a hidden gateway. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to. I've spotted the mark of the centipede. here in the village. An ill-omened symbol that should not be. Someone or something threatens the sanctity of the Golden Order and must be eradicated. What is it? The map indicates where the gateway is hidden. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman.
I think that's the last bit. It's down here. So what we're gonna do, we've got about an hour left. So I'm gonna go. There's the NPC invader right on the edge of Kaled. And there's also another sacred flask tier there. So we're gonna go trigger that, hopefully get invited to Roundtable Hold. And then go meet Garank. And then, depending on how much time we have after all of that, I'll probably go to the Lakeside Cave and try to clear up the rest of Limgrave proper. Anastasia. At least I can touch the Grace. It's a bit of a stretch. I can see why people say it, that her sword looks like Ichigo Kurosaki's sword from Bleach. It's got the shape, but it definitely doesn't have the vibe. But, you know, kudos to people for being fans of Bleach. Nice. Unless there isn't a sacred tier here. There might not be one.
Forgive me. I've been testing you.
It's okay.
To determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you. If you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended.
You can always trust
There
your horse.
is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace. Very well, let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
And now we can actually buy incantations. From our friend the nerd.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Round Table Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace. You do? Wonderful news. Most tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the Two Fingers?
So we definitely want Flame Sling. Take heal. I don't like Catch Flame that much. But we'll take Cure Poison as well.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
I don't think I need to talk to everyone immediately, so I don't plan to. Just because it's a lot of conversations.
You're a new face. No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing. I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it. No, don't read too much into it. I've no grudge against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours. Besides,
I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
Yeah. I think this is what we're gonna use next. And so maybe I should have bought those smithing stones. We'll go have one hug.
Greetings, great. I am Fia. Circumstances have
But I don't think I want to sit and listen to the dialogue. No shade to Thea.
Do you think it vulgar? Where I come from? Ah.
The animation of taking a hug is simply so long, I don't want to wait for the dialogue too.
You are very warm. What you feel it is but a fleeting. Come back to me. I will take you in. I could for sure. I can't use the weapon yet in the first place. I guess if I dual wield I could, but oh, I don't want to talk to you.
Well, no rush. Just as long as he doesn't starve to death, eh?
Yeah. So we're gonna get rid of urgent heal, just use normal heal, we'll use flame sling, and then we'll equip poison when we get another slot. Okay. We're gonna go up to the church and go down. Go meet Gronk. And yeah, I don't usually hold on to the Baldakin's Blessing or whatever it's called. To be fair, it's not a great deal of vigor that we lose from having it, but it is definitely one of those like uncomfortable realizations when suddenly I've had slightly less health than I've been spec'd into having. I don't necessarily side with those who live in death morally. I think there's a conversation to be had for sure, but at the very least, I feel bad for Fia and the people that she cares for, because being ostracized for something beyond their control, mostly, is pretty dumb.
Ah, I hadn't expected to see your face again. Are you heading to the Festival of Combat too? Oh, no need to be coy with me, judging by the fine
also,
wallop
the
you gave the old
friggin'
backside earlier.
Lich Dragon that you fight is really fun.
Yourself. The mere thought of such a festival gets the blood pumping, eh?
Yes, it is bad for an early game health bar, for sure.
According to my calculations, passing through this road should lead us to the Kaled Wilds. But, however you slice it, it seems we've reached a dead end. I'm sorry to have raised your hopes. It seems my calculations must have been off.
Definitely not Seaward. Definitely not Seaward. Okay, bud. Go ahead and scream at the hole. Ow.
You got a lot more poise than I was expecting, my guy. I thought that the water here was too deep to walk across, but maybe I was wrong. Otherwise, I would have certainly teleported down to the chapel. This place in the DLC is one of my favorite areas. Yes, yes.
I smell it. Death feeding me. Tarnished. Bring more death. I shall grant thee. Eye and claw feed me more. I shall grant thee feed me. I shall grant feed me.
Because there's the path that you can take of just backstabbing the little guys, and then there's obviously the big dragon. I don't know if there's another another one that you have in mind. This has slightly better base incantation scaling, so I'm going to keep using it for now. But once I'll start upgrading this one probably. Well, we'll see. This has higher anyway. We'll see. We'll see what we do. The bestial ones are good. I like the throw rocks especially. But wild. Okay. Let's go down to the shore. I don't think I'm gonna need to farm all that much, hopefully. My favorite part about Elden Ring is that you can always go somewhere else, and there's usually a good spread of levels to experiment with. But if I need to, then good to know. I ignore you. Rip. Rip. I ideally usually stream on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But Mondays and Fridays I try to stream more different games. And Thursday being the day that I spend binging whatever game I want to play. I'm so bad at these. And so I don't plan to stream tomorrow because I think I'm gonna need to help my parents with some stuff. Having moved now, I live close enough to be at their beck and call when they need assistance with things, and they've been working on a bunch of house renovations, so I think I'm going to be doing a lot of that tomorrow. But then Monday, look for me, I'll be streaming at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then Thursday, it'll be, again, 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I appreciate that you find it really nice. I like... My goal is to entertain, but not necessarily high energy entertain. Occasionally I will rant about something, and that's about as high energy as I get. Mostly I just like playing video games, and this is a easy way to justify playing more. Let's go get the Site of Grace in here. Obviously, I'm not sure what I'm going to play on Monday yet. I haven't decided. I need to pick another game to, like, start a series with, and then have one of the days, Friday or Monday, be what I play random games on.
You must leave this place at once.
Because there are a lot of cool games that have come out, but I haven't wanted to set them as a stream per se.
You must.
I don't need to talk to you more. So if you have suggestions, like if you have any games that you like, if I own it, I'll consider it. I don't have the finances to currently purchase games. Resident Evil's an option. I don't do well playing horror games. I played one stream worth of Resident Evil 4, and that was hard. Even though Resident Evil 4 is barely a horror game.
Don't want any trouble.
Ghost of Yotei, if I owned the game, I would certainly love to play that. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima either. So playing Tsushima first would be ideal, but both are games, and I like to have variety, and so it'd be nice to have something that isn't like sword and sorcery kind of style. It'd be nice to have, like, I was playing Dark Souls 3 while I was playing Pokemon Gale of Darkness when that came out on the Switch 2 GameCube emulator. So, like, I kind of want to play Pokemon Legends Arceus again, but I don't think I want to make that into a stream series. It's more, I'd rather just play that on my own time. I'm interested in a number... Oh, shoot. The cool thing about the Spirit Springs is that even if you miss, you still don't take full damage. Anyway. I streamed one stream worth of Silk Song when it came out, but I kind of want to play it again and go for a 100% playthrough. And so that's something I've been considering. Yeah, not for the lore, just for the... I don't want to play Yotei first and then go back and say, wow, all of these quality of life upgrades are so nice and I missed them, right? That's the only reason that I would want to play Tsushima first. My siblings buy a lot of, like, little games. Some of them look interesting. Most of them seem just kind of goofy and not necessarily my cup of tea. But, like, I don't know, a shorter indie game. They bought Cocoon, and Cocoon is short. And I could easily do, like, 2 or 3 streams of that. Okay. So let's try using our Flame Sling. We're going to get a charge attack first. Oh boy, look at that damage. Look at the numbies. Crap. Can we please roll out of here? Can we please? was hoping to be able to aggro just the one chieftain without the other, but, you know, bit of a pipe dream. Nice, okay. So now we're going to try to take out some of the scrubs. All of the streams I've done are VODs, if you're interested, if you want something background noisy. Obviously, the difference between live and not is significant. And I was also terribly sick the day that Silksong came out, so was not in a great speaking position. But still fun at the very least. I also am hesitant with Silksong only because I don't want to be playing too difficult games that might be mentally fatiguing at the same time, but it's on the table for sure. Yeah, I sit and I browse through my Steam library frequently and just be like, wow, nothing here I want to play. Like frickin' Baldur's Gate 3 is a game I don't think I'll ever stream just because of how, like, I love the game so much, but it's so thought intensive and there are so many people who have so many opinions that I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with the scrutiny of viewership as I decide who I want to romance or what moral decisions I'm going to make. There are a couple of... Honestly, I think what I might do, maybe not for Monday, but for next Friday for sure, I made a list of like 10 games that I'm interested in playing and put them on a wheel, a random picker wheel. I might pull that out for Friday. Again, I think I'm not streaming tomorrow, but next Friday I might pull that out and just play whatever game comes up there. Yeah. We're getting to the prohibitive levels of rune expense. I don't think there's anything else on this island meaningful. Okay. So where else? We still got stuff up here, so let's go clear out these areas. And then we'll go... The last thing we're going to do is going to revisit the Tree Sentinel at the beginning and fight them. Thought there was a spirit spring. Yeah. We shouldn't die here, right? Yeah. But yeah, if you have suggestions, feel free to drop them in either the comments or in the chat. Like, I'm open to whatever. I just am poor and can't buy video games right now. I have a PlayStation 5. I have a Nintendo Switch 2. I do not have an Xbox. And we'll see if that matters. We'll see if they decide to go back to exclusivity. Yeah, I love rambling, man. Video games, I have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of friends who talk video games, and so I use I use streaming as a substitute for friendship. And like many people in my life have told me that my voice in particular is very soothing and calming. I have a very gentle voice, and so being able to just rant gently to people and entertain them is a satisfying feeling, to say the least. So I appreciate your positive feedback. I also have a Valve Index, and so there are a couple of VR games that have come out recently, I now have more space than I have had in the past. The room that I'm staying in is bigger than I've had access to for a while. With more space, more arm-swinging space is specifically the space I'm referring to. And so I... Into the Radius 2 came out in full release recently, and that is a game I would like to play through, but also a physically taxing game in addition to a mentally taxing one. Now I guess It's further up there. I thought there was one down. No, there it is. There's the cave. Because there's this cave. This is the demi-human cave, and then the one up there is the stone soldier cave. If you like rambling, if you like the rambling, you can just, like, the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom playthroughs that I did are very full of rambling. Maybe this is the Stone Soldier one and the Demi-Human one is above. But I, like, freaking, the best part of the Switch 2 was being able to play Tears of the Kingdom in 60 frames per second. It's magical, and while my capture card at the time only did 30 frames, it's still very fun. September. September is when most of the games I am interested in playing are coming out. Valheim full release 1.0. I've been waiting for 5 years, and I'm so excited to play full release. I'm planning to make more videos, actual, like, planned videos. I love streaming. It's a lot easier than writing a script and assembling footage. But I do want to make more intentional content. And Valheim is how I'm going to get back into that. I'm going to make some guides and hopefully have some funny moments compilations with my siblings. Maybe not compilations, but at least shorts that I can make, because they're all excited to start a new world, and usually that excitement lasts all of like 2 play sessions before most of them drop off, because they're not here for the grind. I'm here for the grind. But yeah, if you are interested, the Metaphor Refantatio video is one of my least viewed videos, but I think it's one of the best ones I've done. If you don't like Metaphor, there's no reason to watch it, but I had a lot of thoughts about Metaphor. Okay. And it was a really good game. They announced, or they teased, Persona 6, and, like, obviously very different games thematically, but I didn't like Persona 5. I haven't tried. I've heard people say that Persona 3 and 4 are better, less egregious for the reasons that I didn't like Persona 5. And so I might give them a try at some point, but I'm interested in Persona 6 after playing Metaphor. I had a lot of nasty things to say about Metaphor before I actually played it. So, you know, lesson learned, don't talk bad about something before you actually give it a try. The Metaphor video is an analysis of some of the themes in Metaphor. I graduated college with an English degree, and so gotta get my money's worth somehow. I say this jokingly. I loved going to college and reading all sorts of things, but the gist of it is that Metaphor Refantatio, as you might suspect from its name, is metaphorical. It has a specific conceit that it is playing with, and specifically the idea of utopia. There's a character whose name is More, and the person who wrote the book Utopia is Thomas More. And there are a lot of little references, a lot of things that are very clear that they're intentionally pointing towards the book Utopia. Not the least of which is that the main character has a book that it describes a quote-unquote utopia that describes our world in the same way that Utopia describes a fictional world that is not quite utopic in the way that the word has come to be used. Thomas More did not write Utopia as a guidebook for a paradisiacal world. He wrote it as a like, here is a comparison to what we live, and here's a discussion. The king's name in metaphor is Hythlodius, I think. Hythloday. Raphael Hythloday is the name of the narrator character, kind of the cultural reference point for Utopia. And Hythloday in Greek means nonsense peddler or nonsense. And so it's all sorts of those kinds of things, then a bunch of the visual metaphors that they use. So it's, yeah, I enjoy it. I feel confident that the video is actually good compared to many of the other things that I've done. I have strong feelings about split fiction, and I made a video about that you might enjoy, as long as you aren't a fan of split fiction. If you like split fiction, probably don't watch the video. But I felt disappointed by split fiction compared to It Takes Two. It had one really fantastic, excellent moment right at the end of the game. The last sequence of the game is truly amazing. Everything else was just shallow and insipid. Because, holy cow. People don't draw distinctions between fantasy and sci-fi in literature the way that the game wants you to think that they do. We like books. We like books, period. It's not a matter of whether one book is better than another or one genre is better than another. Or at least the lines are not drawn between science fiction and fantasy. They're drawn between other more topical genres rather than thematic genres. This is the stone guy. Okay. And then, like, the two videos I did on Yakuza are good. They're fine. They're cute. They're fun. They're not good quality, but they're fun enough. And then, again, if you want just, like, chill, rambly vibes, the video that I have, that's the banner video on my channel. My English degree was supposed to teach me about books, but I learned a lot about video games instead. That's just me talking about my 5 favorite games. And yeah, it's good. It's fun. We got half an hour left. We're gonna go find that other cave, and then we'll go fight the Guardian. That'll be the last thing we do. Yeah. I don't have a live of Shadow of the Erdtree. I will have one. That'll be months from now, but when I played Shadow of the Erdtree, that was before I did YouTube things. I think. It would have been close, but Shadow of the Erdtree would have come out like right when I was starting doing YouTube, and that's when I was still doing all Beat Saber stuff exclusively. But, you know, as long as you aren't desperate to play and to know, I'll get there eventually is the short answer. If you were looking for content to watch, I think Iron Pineapple did a number of videos, and if you like my rambling, I think you'll like Iron Pineapple quite a bit. I think he has some playthrough content of Shadow of the Erdtree. He's very laid back, very chill, and very fun to listen to. I swear there's one more cave around here. I always have a hard time finding it, though. Is it down there? I think it's down there. At some point in my life, my older brother and I have planned to make videos about anime. Not necessarily because there's a dearth of good anime videos there, but because we have opinions that we would want to share that differ from some people's, and sometimes in direct contrast to other people's videos that they've made. I have scripts written up for one video that I think would be very good, but I haven't been able to nail down exactly what I want to say with it, about Spy Family, which is one of my favorite shows. And then I have a script about my favorite anime, Food Wars, that I would love to make a video out of, but not for this channel per se. Is it down here? Is it just... No, because that's where we just were. That's the High Road Cave. Am I wrong? Is there... I'm just gonna quickly Google it. Extra Life is useless for most things at this point, but the one thing that they have is a really good interactable map. Okay, there is not another cave like I thought. So I'm not gonna waste more time around here. Okay. What do we want to do? I don't know how long it's going to take me to fight this guy, so I guess we'll go take out the Sentinel now. It's entirely possible that I'm going to just die a lot, so we're going to spend our souls first, our runes. Yeah, another point in strength. We use one of these for the 2,000. Oh, that's not 2,000. But this should get us to the next level handily. A little overused, but that's fine. And then that puts us to the point of being able to use the Great Sword, which is better. Slower for sure, but hopefully damage makes up for it. My brother's computer broke right around the time that he was going to start making videos. And so he has a replacement one, but it is not... the graphics card is not powerful enough to run DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Studio. Not well, at least. And so it would be pulling teeth to make videos. And so whenever he gets a new computer is probably when he's gonna dedicate time and effort to making YouTube content. He can borrow his girlfriend's for sure, and so I might talk to him about it, see if he's still thinking about it, or if he's in a spot where he wants to, but she is doing her PhD and needs her computer for a lot of essay writing and essay reading. So it's not something he can conveniently, consistently have access to. Ow. Whew. Almost lost it there. Let's see how much fireballs are going to do to you. Not much. Probably not worth it. Yeah, once you have a horse, this fight gets a lot easier, I think. It's doable. It's doable on foot, but yeah. So that's nice. Built the stream a little bit. And the Golden Halberd is not a bad weapon. We need 2 points in dex, and then still a good amount of strength, but it does deal holy damage, so we could use it. Okay. I guess we can go try to fight the Forlorn Hound Everjail. And then there's I think there's a cave here too. Ugh. I haven't talked this consistently for this long in a while. And so my throat is a little sore. I'll use 3 just in case. Yeah, we'll put the 2 points in dex early. I don't remember. I think it's like a third again is what your strength gets added when you two-hand a weapon. Not a one shot. That's disappointing. Anyway, so I think it's like 22 strength that we'll need, 20 or 22 to be able to use the halberd two-handed. Using this great sword for this fight might not be the best plan. Ooh, that does a lot of damage. Rip. Nice. Nice. Rip. Nice. Rip. That's the feels bad because Zuli the Witch does Souls analysis videos with an emphasis on like data mined content. One of the things that they point out is enemies don't input read, they animation read. So when you start a certain animation, they will know, they have a flag that triggers when you get to a certain point in the animation. That's why notably the frickin' Godskin apostles are the worst at it. Whenever you drink, they will always throw flame at you. Because they're triggered to see the animation, not the input. So it's slightly slower, but not meaningfully slower. Anyway, the problem with trying to do spells is that, especially when they have a long wind-up like most incantations do, enemies are coded to dodge them. Which is fair for them, but inconvenient. Yes. Yes, it is. My brother used the Bloodhound's Fang for his first playthrough. Yep. I don't know if I can jump down here. Okay, go around. Doesn't make... Okay, maybe I'm missing something. To me, it doesn't make rational sense to have tombstones hanging out the side of a building. But I think it's really fun and an aesthetic way to make platforms to help you get down from places. I'm a big fan of any weapon or ability that will one-shot enemies. That's kind of my, like, baseline for satisfaction with a layout, a build, whatever. If I can one-shot most of the enemies that are level appropriate for where I am, then I feel pretty content with what I'm doing. Which I think might speak to the fact that I like to grind in these games and overlevel myself. But I mean, certainly has served me well. Miranda Blossom. Really? Is there something they do look like to you? Or, alternatively, what do you think their purpose is? If they indeed need to have one. They look like grave markers to me, but I'm open to other opinions, perspectives. It does definitely reduce the challenge, but specifically I mean like the base enemies in an area. The bigger enemies, like I'm never expecting to one-hit a rune bear or one-hit the pumpkin heads or whatever. But just the little soldier guys, I don't want to have to hit them 5 times before they die. Paule is the one who tells you about the snapping, right? Yeah, I mean, they definitely function as a path. I don't know, I always think of them as... I've always looked at them and thought, that looks like... Because there are the gravestones in the various graveyard areas that look like they're this very similar, if not the same. But, again, that's the great part about visual symbolism and visual semiotics, is that, you can have all sorts of different opinions. Okay, so we have 15 minutes. Is there anything, anyone, do you want to see something? I can go do something. Maybe we can just go get, we'll go fall into the trap, right? Maybe that's a good thing to do with the last 15 minutes of our time. Because getting the Site of Grace in Caelid is helpful. Excuse me. I do collect a lot of berries. I haven't checked. I don't know if it's a recipe you need to unlock to make the dried raisins. I use raisins to save torrent as much as I can. And so I do plan to use them, but I definitely don't need all of them for sure. Oh no, we fell in a transporter trap. We definitely didn't mean to do this. And it's scary the first time you go here, but it is, unless I'm wrong, unless I made a mistake, it is pretty easy to navigate back out. I don't have the guts to try to fight the boss here, because I don't have the strength for a good blunt weapon, and it's a falling star beast. But these guys don't attack you, and as long as you crouch, the pests on the roof don't see you. So it's not that hard. If you steal the cracked crystals, they get a little upset, but even then, yeah, one strand of pest threads got me. But once you get down here, they can't get after you, so there's that. Not having... Words are hard. Not having the Scarlet Rot boluses readily available. Oh, there was a Site of Grace right out here. I want to go get the talisman that increases rune acquisition, but it's difficult, to say the least, to get that. Without enough preserving boluses. This one being gold color, I think that means that it gives a incantation. Yeah. There's definitely a site of grace somewhere around here. There's a big nasty bear down that way. Don't really want to go. There we go. There's one. As long as we don't get toasted. I appreciate looking out for me, Nene. I often don't think about healing. Avoiding the knights that crawl out of the swamp. I thought there was a site of grace on the shoreline around here. Guess it is this one. The vulgar militia. And that was enough to get Scarlet Rot on me. Okay, we're not going to stick around here. I don't know if there's anything last minute we can do. Maybe let's go give Margit a one try. Run past everything and just give it a shot, you know? We have more to explore around here before we're fully done with the area. But we can at least... Getting the extra talisman slot is really good. Yes. I almost completely fully write off Caelid until after Stormveil, because I don't want to deal with the... There's a lot that you can do in Caelid, but a lot of it that is also just very, very high level. I'm okay at fighting Margit. Like, I know the fight fairly well. I usually choke the first time, and then I do it the second time for most fights.
In search of the
But we'll see. We'll see. I love this dialogue, though.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
I mean, pretty good damage. I'm gonna summon my dogs, and that will hopefully trivialize some of the harder parts. Like, give me a chance to heal if I need. I don't think I rested at that side of grace because I'm dumb. Getting one stagger before phase 2 is good.
Well, thou art of passing skill.
Warrior blood must run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Another stagger, you say? Twist my arm. Twist my arm. I mean, there you go. There you go. That's probably where we're going to call the stream.
I shall remember thee, tarnished, smoldering with thy needed flame. Cower in fear of the night. The hands of the fell omen shall brook thee no quarter.
Let's get that point of dex. I think I do want some endurance. And we can use some more. These to get. Oh, oof, my math. My bad math. Yeah, we'll do another point. Okay, cool. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I always like chatting with people while streaming. It's always fun. I'll stream to an empty room for sure, but it's more fun when I can talk to people. Again, normally I stream on Fridays and Mondays as well. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a lot to do, but look for me on Monday. I don't know what I'm going to do, whether living in the same time zone as my sister means that I can play games with her on stream, and that was fun last week. Could be fun to do again, but we'll see. And then next week, Thursday, I'll be back with more Elden Ring, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So, if you enjoyed, feel free to like the video, feel free to subscribe, no pressure, do what makes you happy, and I hope to see you guys again. Last of all, hope you have a good week and a good weekend. Hope you have good things planned. And as always, bye-bye. Good.